Can you move that closer to me? Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Melissa. We're just waiting for Sandeep to join us. Hey, Teddy. Everybody but Sandeep. Teddy. Okay, here he comes. We need to add him. Can you invite him? All right, here comes Sandeep. All right, good morning, everybody. FBlive, a special session for the folks in EMEA, which is Europe and Middle East and Asia. We're going to be basically covering the topics about the new billing system that's coming on March the 1st. We're just waiting right now for Sandeep to come. But while I have you guys all here waiting, I just wanted to remind you that make sure you join us this Thursday at 9:30 Pacific time, which is 2.5 hours from now on Thursday morning, because we will be joined by our new CEO, RJ, and that should be a very cool session. So don't forget this Thursday. Hey, Jeff, how are you? Hey, Luke. Bonjour. All right, we're still waiting for Sandeep to join us. Sandeep's not getting the invite. All right, so while we're waiting for Sandeep, I'll go ahead and get started. Basically, on March the 1st, we're going to have some changes to the accounting system and to the billing. And the people in EMEA, hey, there we go. Hey, Sandeep, welcome.
Hey, sorry for the wait. My apologies. It seems like we have some problems.
Yeah,
Hello,
no problem.
everyone.
All right, so this is Sandeep, who is my colleague. He works out in the London office, and he's one of the best support engineers that we have. So I'm very flattered that he would join us and take his time out to do this today. So thank you, Sandeep, for that. So I was
Well,
just
thank
saying,
you. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for giving me this opportunity here.
of course. So basically, I was just going over the changes that will happen. Remember, this is the key point. It won't happen until March the 1st. So nothing will change today, March the 1st. All right, and I know that the billing in Europe, in EMEA, is a little different than the billing in the US, and that's why we wanted to have this session to go over some of the differences and to answer any of your questions. So this is what's going to happen on March the 1st. We're going to pull everybody into the same billing system. There'll be some changes. Your account will now have one account owner, and every account must have one account owner. Then you have the option of having one and only one billing contact, and the purpose of that person is they will see all of the financial stuff, all the invoices, and that will separate that person from any other users who you might want to have in your account, any collaborators that you don't want to see billing information. You could have that person be the same, doesn't matter, but now you have the ability to split that feature and that functionality out. All right, so remember, March the 1st. Okay, all the accounts will be automatically transferred to this new billing system. And what it means for you is that right now you get your invoices, you get 2 invoices a month, you get one for the SaaS, and you get one for a la carte or anything that's extra. That will be combined into one bill, one invoice on the 1st of every month. Right? We will charge your credit card that's on file automatically on the 1st. It's actually the 1st business day of any month. Right? You'll be able to change your subscription service by yourself online. You'll be able, so you won't have to bug poor Sandeep anymore. You'll be able to select your account owner and your billing contact and change those as well. You'll be able to buy extra cameras or sign up for different subscription services. And the bottom line is that the buy.matterport.com is going away, but for people in EMEA, that really shouldn't be a big deal since you guys didn't have that account anyway. All right, so here's how it'll work. On the 1st of March, we will prorate your SaaS, your hosting, your Matterport Cloud account payment depending on when you paid during the month of February. So I know that each one of you gets billed for that on a different day of the month. On the 1st of March, you will be billed for the month of March, and you will be refunded for any parts of February that you paid for but didn't use. All right, and then the a la carte is always billed. It's supposed to be billed on the 1st of the month. I know that you guys don't actually get a bill until later, but that will also happen on March the 1st for any processing fees, floor plans, Matterpots, etc. that you ordered in the month of February. All right. Sandeep, do you have anything to add?
Well, no, that's it. Basically, from the 1st of March, we're going to have the system for all our EMEA customers who are paying in GBP, in sterling, pound, and in euros. And they will now have an opportunity to download their invoices and view their invoices online to their buy.matterport account. That's the biggest change because normally at the moment, people have to send an email to ask us for the invoices. I understand the frustration and our apologies for this inconvenience we have had all this long. But finally, we have got a process in place starting from 1st of March, where you'll be able to view all your invoices from the 1st for the month of February and forwards. You will not have your historical invoices, unfortunately. For that, still, you will need to send an email to support@matterport.com and we will get it for you. But going forward from the 1st of March, yes, you will have your invoices online. And another thing that is a big change is you will be able to upgrade or downgrade your account online through your my.matterport account itself. And also you will be able to add or change your card details there. So that's a big change coming in.
Yep. Great, thank you. So remember that if you are in the US and you currently have a buy.matterport.com account, go ahead if you want to keep a copy of your invoices from February and prior, then you should download those before March the 1st because the ability to download those will go away on March the 1st. So I think I covered that in our last session, but please, if you have a buy.matterport.com account now and you want a copy of your invoices, go on between now and March the 1st and download them all and save them on your computer. All right, so yeah, hi Isabel. Sorry, no Isabel this morning because we can only have 2 people at once. So, sorry. Anyway, we're open for questions. If you guys have any questions about this new billing system, or if you have just questions in general, we're happy to answer those. This up. Tom is scanning and listening at the same time. Well, I guess that's entertainment while you're scanning. I hope nothing goes wrong when you're scanning, Tom. All right, it's kind of early in the morning, so I don't know how many people are joining us. Do we have any questions? Oh, any changes with Brexit?
To answer your question, no, there's no changes that's going to affect Matterport SaaS or subscription as far as we know as of now. But because of uncertainty that surrounds Brexit at the moment, we are working with our team here in EMEA office to have a plan in case if it affects us in any way.
Cool. Yeah, Brexit is coming up, right? March 29th or something. Yeah, that'll be interesting. All right, any other questions, comments? Don't forget to join us Thursday at 9:30 Pacific time. RJ, our new CEO, will be joining. He'll be on for an hour. He'll be here to answer all your questions. Should be exciting. He's very excited. I talked to him. I have a client that has 2 structures on the same property. Is there a process to have the 2 separate scan locations combined into one tour? Daniel, yes, there is. You are in luck. All you need to do is send an email to support@matterport.com. Give me the links to both of the spaces that you've uploaded and show me on a little map or diagram or whatever how you want those 2 buildings placed in relation to each other, and I can stitch them for you into one. Currently, I'm the only one who does that on the team, so if you have those types of requests, they will come to me anyway. So yes, definitely. And people usually want that because when you post to third-party places like MLS.com, they only allow one link. And if you have, like, say, a house and then a detached granny house or barn or anything like that, you have to have your both buildings in one space. So that's typically why we do that.
Well, we have got a very good question here, Dee, asking about an update on ability to add music and hide Matterport logo in the showcase. Well, to answer, Roger, to answer your question, adding the music to the showcase, you can still do it as of now through MatterTag. However, to add the background music after the whole showcase, that ability is currently not available, but we are working on it. That has been one of the feature requests that's been logged a few times, and we are waiting for an update from our team.
Yeah. And the ability to hide the Matterport logo actually technically is against terms of service, but if you write to support@matterport.com, we can give you a document that tells you how to overwrite your logo on top of ours. In fact, I think if you even just go to the Help Center and you type in logo, you'll get the instructions on how to do that. So Melissa's watching us. So people in her office don't bother her. Hey, Sandeep, we have a purpose in life. Awesome, Melissa. That's pretty good. All right, any other questions, comments? How many people do we have from EMEA joining us today? All right, here's another question from Tom. How will the transition from Capture 3 beta to Capture 3 work? All right, that's a good question. So right now, if you want to use the Capture Beta 3.0, you have to install it through this app called TestFlight. And TestFlight is just an app that Apple has made that allows you to install beta versions of apps. Once we go out of beta, what you will do is you will just go into the regular Capture app and install that. instead of the test flight app. And what it will do is it will move all your data over to the production version of Capture, and it will no longer use the beta version. There is a Help Center article on how to do that. So if you go to our Help Center and you type in, I believe, beta is good enough, you'll have instructions on how to do that. But basically, do not delete the beta version of Capture because you will lose all your data. Instead, you'll just want to install the production version of Capture. So you don't need to go through test flight to do that. You just go to the Apple Store, you look for Capture, and you install that. But not yet. Wait till we tell you that it's out of beta, which I believe will be soon, but wait for that time before you install the production version of Capture. So Roger's in Taiwan, and people here love to have showcases with music. I agree. I think it just makes it a lot nicer. There is like Sandeep said, you can put music in a matter tag. It helps. But if you're embedding your space in a web page, you can also put music in the background on the web page. So you don't have to depend on Matterport. So Tom says he's using the beta version of Capture and it's awesome. Yeah, just please, please, please be careful. Don't go out and scan a huge area that you're doing for a client for money with the new beta Capture because it's not stable enough right now to use for production purposes. So please use it for testing or use it on scans that you can afford to have something go wrong with or afford to lose. We're still working out the bugs, and we appreciate everybody who's reached out to us and provided us feedback. Keep it coming. We love that. It'll help us fix all the issues and make it ready to push out there in production. So yes, thank you everybody who's helped. We appreciate that. Is anybody awake? Do we have people from EMEA here? Who do we have from EMEA? Say hi to us. Any other questions, comments, things you want to talk about? Ask Sandeep a question. I think you guys should all ask Sandeep a question.
We've got a question. When can we expect a stable 3.0 Capture version in production?
We're working on it. Hopefully soon. It's hard for us to give you a date on that. Sorry. I think they were shooting for mid-March, April timeframe, but I don't know. It sort of depends on how many issues they discover and how long it takes to fix them. So yeah, hard to give you an answer on that. Roger knows. Where can you get a Matterport hat? Show them your hat, Sandeep.
There you go.
So we were given those actually one year at our picnic. I don't think they're available for the general public. Sorry, Roger.
Sorry, Roger.
All right, can you define true 3D? True 3D as opposed to 3D that's captured and created through our artificial intelligence program called Cortex. So yeah, so when you scan with your Matterport camera, it has sensors in it that can sense depth, and it uses the infrared to do that. When you have a spherical camera like the Theta or the Insta360, it doesn't have those sensors, so it can't pick up 3D data from the actual camera itself. So what we do is we're super smart. We have this program that we call Cortex. It's artificial intelligence, and what it does is it takes the images that you capture from those spherical 360 cameras, and it creates 3D data based off all this stuff it's learned in the past. So it's looked at like a ton of different scans that people have already done, and it knows when it sees certain objects, hey, that's a couch, that's a closet, that's a cupboard, whatever, and it creates that 3D data for you. Now, because it's artificial intelligence, it doesn't always get it right, and it's not as accurate as if you had a 3D sensor in the camera itself, which is why you can't order floor plans or matter packs from scans that have from models that have at least one scan in it from one of those cameras. So remember that if you want to order a floor plan or a matter pack, your model cannot have any scans from a 360 spherical camera. How do you see the pricing structure working out for the new cameras as in the Theta, etc.? That's a very good question. So on March the 15th, we're going to be introducing 2 new hosting subscriptions services. Currently, we have basic, professional, and business. We're going to be adding 2 more to that. One will be free, and one will be called the starter pack. The free one will only allow you to have 1 space in that account at any time. It has to remain private. So if you're using it for any type of commercial purpose, that account won't work for you. It's mainly targeted at homeowners who purchased a house that had been scanned. They want to keep their the space of their home sort of as a memento, a keepsake. That space would remain private, and so the only way people can see it is if you add them as a collaborator. They can log into your account and then they can view your space. You cannot upload any models to that to either account that has any scan in it other than from one of the spherical cameras. So if you take if you're doing a model and you do a scan with one Matterport BLK or BLK camera, you cannot upload those to one of these 2 accounts. You can transfer spaces that have already been created into that account. That would work. All right, so the other one, the starter pack, is really meant for people who are trying out Matterport. Again, you can only upload spaces that have been created with only the 360 spherical cameras. You can transfer spaces that have already been created into that account, but you can only have a maximum of 5 spaces hosted in that account at any time. You will probably find that if you're starting with the starter pack, that you'll want to move up to one of the other regular accounts pretty quickly, because your business is going to blossom. You're going to get lots of people asking for spaces, and you're going to need more storage than for 5 spaces. You cannot go from a basic, professional, or business account back down to one of the 2 new accounts. So if you already have one of those accounts, you can't say now I want to downgrade, because the 2 new accounts are really meant for new people who are just trying out the system. I hope that answers your question. Tom says, can the model for MatterPack have a 360 scan from the camera that we convert to data in Cortex? No. If you have 1 scan that's done with a 360 spherical camera, that then disqualifies you from floor plans or matter packs for that space. So remember that. If floor plans and matter packs are important to you, do not use one of the spherical cameras.
Even 2D print photos, they can have that, right? 2D print size photos, can they have that?
That's a good question. I would assume that you could have that, except you wouldn't want you wouldn't get high quality photos from a scan from the spherical camera, but the other scans, like from the Matterport camera, yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to get good high quality snapshots from that. When converting 360 to 3D, do I need to place 360 scan point on the map before converting it? Yes. So if you have a 360 view and you want to convert that to a 3D scan, you need to place it first and then you can convert it. Remember, you can do this with your Matterport camera too. You aren't restricted on the conversion to scans that were done with the spherical camera. So if you're scanning and suddenly things just aren't aligning correctly, or you're going outside and there's just a lot of sun, you can start taking 360 views outside and then convert those. And you can do this with your Matterport camera. Now, the only thing you have to remember is when you do that, continue scanning as though you're scanning 3D scans, because you scan differently if you're just taking 360 views. Because typically you'll scan just a few scans outside and they can be far away. Like I'll go across the pool and take one, and I'll go to the barn, which is like a long way away. But in this case, keep scanning as though you're scanning 3D scans and then just convert each one of those.
we got a question from Mike about the scanning rates or scanning prices. So the standard Matterport model processing fee is $19 for Pro and or Pro 2 camera. That is correct. For Pro 2 Lite, it's $29 for a standard model. For a large model, it is charged at twice. It's charged twice the rate. So hope that answers your question.
Yeah, so a large model is any model that has 101 scans or more. Remember that 360 views counts in that number. So if you have 99 3D scans and 2 360 views, you are now considered a large model. So on March the 15th, any scans that are done, any models that have scans that are done with the spherical cameras will again be charged for processing, and they will cost $29 each. And so, and double that for anything over 100 scans. So would you recommend to scan and convert one by one? You know, I think I would, because as you're converting, you'll be able to see the 3D data that is creating, and you'll get more visual cues as to what it can see and what it hasn't seen. So it doesn't hurt. So yes, as you're scanning, place it, convert it, keep scanning. So yeah, I think we answered Tom's question about taking 360 views. All right. Any other questions? Say something to Sandeep. I think that's about it. All right. Well, if that's about it, that's wonderful. It's about 7:30 here anyway. I just wanted to remind you again, tune in Thursday, 9:30. This coming Thursday, we will have our new CEO, RJ Pittman, joining us. He will be here for an hour. It's guaranteed to be a lot of fun. I have talked to him. He's super excited. I can't wait for you guys to all meet him and to ask him a bunch of questions. It's going to be great. So don't forget to tune in for that. Again, I wanted to thank my wonderful colleague, Sandeep, for spending time with us here. Sandeep, you are super awesome. He basically holds down the London office for us. He's one of our best agents. So if you have any questions, you can hit him up at support@matterport.com. He is one of, like I said, he takes a majority of the tickets on the team. He's the expert in all things EMEA. So thank you so much, Sandeep, for joining us. We certainly appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Dee. You've been awesome. Thanks a lot for having me.
Yep. And again, shout out to Adam, our wonderful producer, who sits here behind the scenes and makes all of this happen. Anyway, so next week we'll be back to the regular time. We will have another guest speaker. His name will be John Hubbard. He will be talking about the gimbal mount and scanning downwards, like manholes, tunnels, stuff like that. So that will be super exciting. And again, I'll see you guys all Thursday at 9:30. See ya. Bye.